I built my IT consulting business from nothing. 8 years of sweat all-nighters and constant upskilling to reach where I am today, running a successful company with loyal clients and a team of 4. Yet to my family, none of that matters. I am still just the IT guy who fixes their computers for free. Last month at our annual Lake House gathering, after years of providing over $62,000 in unpaid technical support, my brother-in-law Jordan laughed at my latest business achievement. That was the final straw. Where are you watching this from? If you have ever felt undervalued by family, hit that like button and subscribe to join our community of people who finally stood up for themselves. As far back as I can remember, technology fascinated me. While other 15-year-olds played video games, I learned to code and built computers from spare parts. My passion carried me through college, where I graduated with honors from a respected technical university. That education became the foundation for what would eventually grow into Griffin Technical Solutions. My business journey was anything but easy. The first 2 years consisted of solo gigs working from my apartment, taking any client who would give me a chance. Gradually, my reputation for solving complex problems and providing reliable service spread. By year 4, I hired my first employee. Today, my company generates over $350,000 in annual revenue with a team of 4 full-time specialists. We handle everything from basic troubleshooting to advanced cybersecurity implementations and custom network infrastructure for businesses across 3 states. Some of our clients include regional banks, medical facilities, and several nationally recognized retail chains. This success required consistent 60-hour work weeks, constant education to stay ahead of technological changes, and absolute dedication to excellence in a competitive field. Despite this professional success, my family has always viewed my career choice as somehow lesser than traditional paths. They see technology as something that magically works, not as a sophisticated discipline requiring expertise. My family comes from what you might call old money in suburban Connecticut. My father spent 40 years as a financial advisor for wealthy clients before retiring with a generous pension. My mother served as an elementary school principal until 5 years ago. They raised us with comfort and privilege, but also with very specific ideas about prestigious careers. My older sister Amanda followed the expected path, becoming a corporate attorney specializing in mergers and acquisitions. Her husband Jordan works as an investment banker managing portfolios for clients with 8-figure net worths. My younger brother Tyler went to medical school and now practices as an orthopedic surgeon at a prestigious hospital in Boston. Then there is me, the middle child, who chose a different direction. While they never explicitly condemned my career choice, their subtle dismissiveness has been a constant undercurrent. When introducing me to their friends, my profession is mentioned as an afterthought, often with qualifiers like he works with computers rather than acknowledging I own a successful business. Our family maintains close ties despite these dynamics. We gather at our parents' lake house every summer, meet for major holidays, and try to maintain monthly family dinners when schedules permit. During these gatherings, Amanda discusses legal strategies. Tyler shares medical breakthroughs, and my parents beam with pride. When I contribute stories about technological innovations or business achievements, eyes glaze over until someone asks about fixing their email or recovering deleted photos. What my family fails to recognize is how much their daily lives depend on my expertise. For years, I have been their personal on-call 24/7 technical support team, completely free of charge. The scope of technical support I have provided my family over the years would astound most people. Each family member has benefited extensively from my knowledge, time, and resources without ever considering the market value of these services. For my parents, I designed and installed a comprehensive smart home system when they retired 3 years ago. This included automated lighting, climate control, security cameras, with remote monitoring, entertainment systems in every room, and backup power solutions. I programmed custom routines for their specific needs and provided countless hours of patient training as they adapted to the technology. When they fell victim to a sophisticated phishing attack last year, I spent an entire weekend securing their accounts, recovering compromised data, and implementing advanced protection measures. Amanda and Jordan live in a 5,000 square foot home with technology integrated into every aspect of their lives. I configured their home office networks to handle sensitive legal and financial documents with enterprise-level security. When Amanda accidentally spilled coffee on her laptop the night before a major presentation, I recovered every file and reconfigured her backup system on my new equipment, staying up until 3 in the morning to ensure everything was perfect for her court appearance the next day. My brother Tyler relies on a custom network I created for his home medical office, allowing him to securely access patient records while maintaining strict compliance with healthcare privacy regulations. I developed specialized backup protocols for his medical imaging data and configured a redundant system to prevent any possibility of data loss during emergencies. Beyond these major projects, I handled dozens of smaller issues each month: virus removals, software installations, printer configurations, password resets, data transfers, hardware upgrades, and endless troubleshooting sessions. I answer frantic phone calls during dinner with clients, respond to urgent texts during important meetings, and have driven hours to resolve emergency technical problems that cannot wait until morning. A conservative estimate of the market value of these services exceeds $62,000 over the past 5 years alone. Professional IT consultants charge between $75 and $200 per hour. Depending on the complexity of the work rates, my family has never had to consider, because I have always been there. The emotional cost has been significant as well. Being perpetually on call creates a unique stress, particularly when the people demanding your services simultaneously dismiss the value of your expertise. Each time I rush to solve their technical emergencies, I sacrifice time that could be dedicated to growing my business or simply enjoying rare moments of personal relaxation. The annual summer gathering at my parents' lake house should have been a celebration. Just that morning, I had closed a contract with an internationally recognized retail corporation, the largest client my company had ever secured. After years of building my reputation, this partnership represented a breakthrough moment for Griffin Technical Solutions. I arrived at the lake house filled with genuine excitement, eager to share this milestone with the people whose opinion, despite everything, still mattered to me. The scene was picturesque: golden afternoon sunlight reflecting off the lake, the aroma of steaks grilling on the patio, wine glasses clinking as family members caught up on recent events. My mother had decorated the outdoor dining area with string lights and fresh flower arrangements, creating the perfect atmosphere for what I hoped would be a memorable evening. Dinner conversation flowed naturally as we enjoyed the grilled steaks, roasted vegetables, and my mother's famous potato salad. Amanda dominated the first half hour, describing her recent victory in a complex corporate litigation case. She detailed her courtroom strategy, the precedents she had cited, and how opposing counsel had crumbled under her cross-examination. "The judge actually cited my argument in his ruling," she concluded triumphantly, accepting approving nods from our parents. Tyler followed with an emotional account of a difficult surgery he had performed the previous week. The patient had been told by 2 other surgeons that amputation was inevitable, he explained, cutting into his steak. But I identified a procedure that could save the limb. 16 hours of surgery later, and he will walk again with minimal impairment. My parents exchanged proud glances as my brother described the technical challenges of the operation and the gratitude of the patient's family. My father raised his glass in a toast. "To saving lives and winning cases, our children are extraordinary." When the conversation naturally paused, I saw my opportunity. "I actually have some exciting news too." I began feeling a flicker of hope that this achievement might finally earn their recognition. My company just signed a contract with Meridian Global Retail. It is a 3-year agreement worth over $700,000 to completely overhaul their cybersecurity infrastructure. There was a brief moment of silence before Jordan, my brother-in-law, let out a short laugh. "That is nice, but you are just the IT guy, right? Not like you are saving lives or fighting legal battles." The table fell silent. My mother quickly changed the subject, asking about dessert options. No one acknowledged the dismissive comment. No one defended my achievement. In that moment, I maintained my composure, nodding and smiling as the conversation shifted, but inside, something fundamental had shifted. As the evening progressed, I found myself mentally cataloging every instance of technical support I had provided to each person sitting around that table. The thousands of hours spent solving their problems, the middle-of-the-night emergency calls, the vacations interrupted to address their urgent technical disasters. All taken for granted, all expected, all deemed insignificant compared to real careers. The next morning I awoke to 3 separate messages, urgently requesting my assistance. Amanda needed help with presentation software that had corrupted before a major client meeting. Tyler could not access his patient portal system and had appointments scheduled all day. My parents' entire smart home system had mysteriously stopped functioning, leaving them unable to control anything from thermostats to security cameras. As I stared at these messages, Jordan's words echoed in my mind, just the IT guy. No appreciation for the years of education, the technical expertise, the business acumen required to build a successful company. No recognition that the services they demanded without hesitation would cost thousands if they had to hire outside professionals. In that moment, I realized that this pattern would never change unless I changed it. My family would continue to undervalue my contributions while simultaneously depending on them unless I forced them to see the disparity between their perception and reality. Memories of similar dismissive incidents flooded my consciousness. The holiday dinner where my urgent work call was mocked while everyone respectfully quieted when Amanda needed to step away for a client emergency. My father introducing me to his golf partners as still working with computers, despite knowing I had just been featured in a regional business magazine. My mother gently suggesting I consider a more established career path like my siblings, even as she called me in a panic when her email stopped syncing with her phone. My brother expecting me to drop everything to recover his accidentally deleted files minutes after implying my job, mostly involved plugging things in and turning them off again. The cumulative weight of these experiences combined with the blatant hypocrisy of disparaging my profession while desperately needing my expertise crystallized into a moment of absolute clarity. The disrespect had become too routine, too normalized, and too painful to ignore any longer. After years of accommodating their every technical whim, while receiving minimal appreciation, the cold reality became undeniable. My family would never value what they received for free. As I calculated the actual market cost of the services I had provided, conservatively estimated at $62,000, I made a decision that would fundamentally change our family dynamic forever. That morning, rather than immediately responding to their urgent technical crises, I returned to my home office and began a meticulous documentation process. For hours, I compiled comprehensive records of every service I had provided to my family members over the past 5 years. I created spreadsheets tracking hours spent on installation, configuration, troubleshooting, and training. I detailed the hardware components purchased at cost through my business suppliers. I documented emergency responses after hours, support and specialized software solutions implemented for their specific needs. Using industry-standard billing rates, I calculated the fair market value of each service, applying the rates my paying clients received, without the family discount. The totals were staggering: $12,000 for my parents, smart home configuration, $18,000 for Amanda and Jordan's comprehensive home network and security setup, $16,000 for Tyler's HIPAA-compliant medical office system, plus thousands more for ongoing support and emergency services. I then prepared professional portfolios for each family member, including one detailed inventory of all technology I had installed and maintained, 2 complete documentation of network configurations, passwords, and system specifications, 3 contact information for reputable IT service providers in their areas, 4 formal invoices for all services rendered with family discount, 100% clearly indicated, 5 a summary page highlighting the total market value, $62,000. This was not about money. I had never wanted payment from my family. This was about respect, recognition, and the establishment of healthy boundaries. I had allowed myself to be taken for granted for years, and it was time to recalibrate our relationship on more equitable terms. I decided that burning bridges would be counterproductive and emotionally damaging. Instead, my goal was to create awareness, and establish clear boundaries. I would remain available to my family, but on terms that acknowledged my professional worth and personal time constraints. I created automated responses for tech support requests, directing family to schedule assistance during business hours with reasonable advance notice. I drafted a simple rate sheet offering a 50% family discount, generous, but still establishing that my time and expertise had tangible value. With portfolios printed and my strategy in place, I waited for the scheduled family barbecue the following weekend. The 7 days between were filled with increasingly urgent messages from family members facing technical issues they could not resolve alone. I responded with brief notes indicating I was unavailable until the upcoming gathering, forcing them to experience life without their on-demand IT department for the first time in years. The family barbecue took place at my brother's spacious backyard. The atmosphere was tense from the moment I arrived, with pointed comments about my unavailability during the week. I remained pleasant but non-committal, waiting for the right moment to address the situation properly. That moment came midway through the afternoon, when Jordan, refilling his drink beside me, casually remarked, "You know, my firm's IT department consists of real computer geeks, advanced degrees certifications, the whole package. They were telling me about this new cybersecurity protocol." His implication was clear: whatever I did was amateur compared to real IT professionals. With calm determination, I retrieved the portfolios from my car and returned to the gathering. "Actually, I brought something for everyone," I announced as conversations quieted. "I thought it might be helpful to provide some documentation regarding the technology systems I have built for each of you." I distributed the portfolios to my stunned family members. "Please take a moment to review these materials. They include complete documentation of your network security systems and all technical infrastructure I have implemented over the years. You will also find a comprehensive list of qualified IT service providers who can assist you moving forward." The atmosphere shifted as they flipped through the detailed pages, eyes widening at the professional invoices, showing the true cost of services they had received without consideration. My father was the first to speak, his voice uncharacteristically uncertain. "What exactly does this mean, Griffin?" "It means that effective immediately, I am canceling the complimentary technical support I have provided for the past decade," I replied evenly. As Jordan so accurately pointed out last week, I am just the IT guy, not someone saving lives or fighting legal battles. And since my professional contributions are viewed as insignificant, I believe it is time for each of you to experience technology management without me. I paused, letting the weight of $62,000 in free services sink in before delivering the line that had been forming in my mind for days. "Now, survive without me." Jordan attempted to dismiss the situation with forced laughter. "Come on, man. You are overreacting to a harmless comment." "Am I?" I responded, maintaining composure. "Would you provide $70,000 in financial services for free, only to be mocked for your profession? Would Tyler perform surgeries without acknowledgement of his skill? Would Amanda represent clients while being told her work is trivial? I have extended professional courtesy that none of you would be expected to offer, and in return I have received consistent disrespect." My mother's face reflected growing realization. My sister stared at the detailed documentation of her home network with new understanding of its complexity. My brother examined the specifications for his medical office system, finally comprehending the sophisticated security protocols protecting his patient data. "Moving forward, I am happy to help with your technology needs. Under the following conditions, requests must be made during business hours. With reasonable notice, priority will be given to paying clients, and services will be provided at the family rate listed in your portfolios." I maintained a professional tone throughout, determined to transform this confrontation into a reset rather than a rupture. With that, I excused myself from the gathering, ignoring the chorus of protests and explanations that followed me to my car. For the first time in years, I drove away from a family event feeling not hurt or undervalued, but empowered by standing firm in my professional worth. The aftermath was precisely as expected. My phone filled with messages ranging from apologetic to indignant. I responded consistently, directing technical questions to my business contact information and maintaining the boundaries I had established. Several family members attempted to frame technical issues as emergencies requiring immediate attention, but I held firm to my new policy of scheduled support during business hours. As days turned to weeks, a new reality emerged. Amanda hired an IT consultant at $200 per hour to resolve network issues I would have fixed in minutes. Tyler contracted with a medical IT specialist to maintain his office systems at a monthly rate exceeding $3,000. My parents struggled with their smart home technology, eventually paying a home automation company for ongoing support and training. Most satisfyingly, Jordan faced embarrassment when his company's IT department could not resolve a complex network issue during an important client presentation, the exact type of problem I had handled seamlessly for years. The incident reportedly cost him a significant business opportunity and damaged his reputation with senior partners. For 2 months, my interaction with family remained minimal and strictly professional. I focused on my business, secured 2 additional major clients, and enjoyed unprecedented freedom from constant technical emergencies. Then gradually the dynamic began to shift. My mother was the first to reach out with genuine remorse. "I never realized how much we depended on you," she admitted during a hesitant phone call, "or how much your expertise was worth. The company we hired charges us for every little thing, and they are not nearly as good as you." My father followed with an invitation to lunch, where he acknowledged his failure to recognize my professional accomplishments. "I always thought computers were just a hobby that turned into a job," he confessed. "I never understood that you built a legitimate business requiring the same skill and dedication as any other profession. I am sorry for not giving you the respect you deserved." Amanda's perspective shifted after working with several IT professionals who charged premium rates for services I had provided effortlessly. During a carefully worded email, she admitted, "I finally understand why clients pay my firm $500 per hour. Expertise has value regardless of the field. I took your knowledge for granted because you are my brother, and that was unfair." Tyler, facing ongoing challenges with his medical office network, called to admit he had never appreciated the complexity of what I had built for him. "The new IT company cannot figure out half the customizations you implemented," he explained. "They keep asking for your documentation. I never realized how sophisticated your work actually was." Most surprisingly, Jordan reached out after 3 months of silence. His company had experienced a significant data breach, and the recovery process had been lengthy and expensive. "Look," he began awkwardly, "I was out of line with that comment. The truth is, what you do is crucial. Our company just lost millions because someone failed at the exact work you excel at. I undervalued your profession, and I apologize." These acknowledgments, while satisfying, did not prompt me to return to my previous role as their 24/7 technical support. Instead, they opened the door to rebuilding our relationship on more equitable terms. 3 months after my stand at the barbecue, we gathered for another family dinner. The atmosphere was noticeably different. For the first time, questions about my business seemed genuinely interested rather than perfunctory. My father asked thoughtful questions about cybersecurity challenges facing small businesses. My mother wanted to understand how I had built my company from nothing to a team of now 5 employees. Most remarkably, they began to respect the boundaries I had established. Technical questions were prefaced with, "When you have time," rather than demands for immediate assistance. Several family members scheduled proper appointments through my business contact information, paying the family rate without complaint. I provided selective assistance on my terms, helping my parents optimize their smart home system during a scheduled visit, consulting on my brother's medical office security during regular business hours, advising my sister on technology, purchases through proper channels. The key difference was mutual respect. They now approached me as a valued professional, rather than a convenient resource. The most telling shift came when Jordan approached me about a potential collaboration. His investment firm needed cybersecurity consulting, and after experiencing the limitations of their current IT department, he proposed hiring my company on a proper contract. "We need someone who actually knows what they are doing," he admitted, "and from what I have seen, that is you." The journey of standing up for myself brought unexpected growth in all aspects of my life. Professionally reclaiming the time previously spent on family tech support allowed me to focus on business development, resulting in 3 new enterprise clients and the hiring of an additional team member. My confidence expanded beyond professional boundaries into personal relationships. I began setting healthier limits with friends, dating partners, and social obligations. The pattern of being taken for granted had extended into many areas of my life, and addressing it with my family created a template for broader change. Most surprisingly, my relationships with family members actually improved once balanced on mutual respect. Our interactions became more authentic when freed from the underlying resentment that had been building for years. They began to see me as a complete person with valuable skills rather than a convenient resource. The unexpected benefit was watching my family develop genuine interest in my professional world. During recent gatherings, discussions about technology challenges and cybersecurity concerns have become normal topics treated with the same respect as legal strategies or medical procedures. My expertise is now acknowledged rather than dismissed or taken for granted. This experience taught me that respect is rarely given freely to those who do not demand it. By consistently accepting undervaluation, I had unwittingly trained my family to see my contributions as less significant than they truly were. It was only by withdrawing those contributions that their true worth became visible. I also learned that healthy boundaries are essential in all relationships, even with family. Love and loyalty should never require the sacrifice of self-respect or professional dignity. By establishing clear parameters for my availability and expertise, I created space for more authentic connections, based on mutual appreciation rather than obligation. Perhaps most importantly, this experience revealed that people often value only what they must pay for. The $62,000 in services meant nothing when provided for free, but became significant when attached to proper invoices and withdrawn. This principle applies far beyond technical support to every relationship where one person consistently gives more than they receive. Have you ever found yourself in a similar situation, providing value that goes unrecognized until you stop giving it? What areas of your life might benefit from establishing healthier boundaries? Share your experiences in the comments below. And do not forget to like and subscribe for more stories about standing up for yourself. Remember that your skills, time, and knowledge have real value. Never let anyone convince you otherwise. Thank you for watching, and I wish you courage in establishing the boundaries you deserve in your own relationships.